Libras, how are you tonight? We're doing your December reading. I've chosen to start with a herbology oracle deck. I really love it. I will be reading out of the booklet for this one. Only a few keywords, only a few sentences. I won't bore you, I promise. And then we'll do a lot of tarot. And we'll end with an angel number. So let us see which plant, this one, the one that really wanted to come out. Which plant is yours for the month? Let's take a look. You get Mukuna and its journey. The planets are Mercury and Uranus up here. So let's get those keywords. State of transition, leaving behind what is familiar, moving toward the unknown, connection to a higher mind, trusting a higher consciousness. Keywords for you. So you may be in a state of transition, about to leave familiar territory and initiate a new journey. Something in your gut is telling you it's time for a shift, to enter a new physical space and or field of awareness. So I will continue. It's interesting. The powers of both Mercury and Uranus oftentimes appear as spontaneous opportunities out of the blue. This is the power of the higher mind, magnetizing opportunities that match your spirit's frequency. That's really beautiful. Wow. Okay. You're off to a great start. We're going to draw one card out of this deck. The intent is to show you what you're not aware of, what you cannot see, so your blind spot for the month. You get two cards. I will take them because it did turn. You have the King of Pentacles in reverse with Temperance. So you're in a phase of transition. You're about to leave a space, or I'm just grabbing from the initial text that we just read, right? I'm sensing if Temperance is here, obviously you're going to need some patience. It's about maybe money or stability in this case. It's about, this is definitely being sort of uprooted, right? So that's going to require patience. It's going to require alignment on your part. Trust, huge trust here. Faith. Let's really develop the reading with the other tarot deck. I wonder why you're not conscious that you need to be patient. I don't know if it might point to the fact that you don't realize that you're about, or you've already started a journey. Do you know what I mean? I feel like shuffling more. I'm going to see if pop-outs want to come out. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So I'm gonna cut in 3 and pull for you 3 cards. 5 of Wands in reverse, the Page of Wands upright, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Well, no wonder you're not aware that you need patience. You're in a situation where I don't know if you're going anywhere. I mean by that I don't think you're physically moving. So you're being told by these cards that there's a great shift. You've embarked on a journey, yet you're not physically going anywhere. The cards are also saying that. And obviously you'd be not conscious that you need patience because you're not even fully experiencing this journey, because you don't feel yourself being basically moving from point A to point B. This is a really interesting feeling. It's not it's not easy to decode, to be really honest. So let's go to the 5 of Wands in reverse here. This for me is like a mini dam breaking loose, not a big one, but it is like sort of opening the gates. Something is being cleared or relieved, or just there's an opening. And it has to do with your communication maybe, or messages that you receive, news that you receive, an interest that you might suddenly have for a person, a situation, a job, a project, a hobby, etc. So that's the opening, right? You get it, I guess. You get to do your teeth on something that is new to you, or feels new, feels very how can I say this? It's not fun. I mean, it could be, but that's not what I'm sensing here. There's a dimension of discovery, right? Because there's a lot of sparks flying on the Page of Wands. There's always this moment of newness, and so that's why it's discovery. So it's a little bit like an exploration. So it works with the journey piece, and I feel that it's probably not a physical journey, but much more of either a psychological, emotional, spiritual journey, intellectual journey as well. Definitely emotional. I think that you've definitely either done the job or are doing the job of balancing out both your masculine and feminine sides here. So there's the feminine side is allowing and releasing, or at least opening up, surrendering in a way. It could be your environment as well, right? But it works both ways in this case. You're given like some form of freedom or leeway, and you feel the same inside. And your masculine is a little bit more of a go-getter here with the page. It's it's not a full-on knight, but or the king, but it's definitely the impulse of like opening yourself up and taking action, not just like sitting back. So that's very clear for me, the way Temperance is working on both feminine and masculine in terms of I can't say it, orchestrating both inward and outward circumstances for you. You know, you're Libra, maybe you needed a little bit of balancing out. Maybe you needed, maybe you were needing this shift specifically to, it's like the way I'm hearing this or feeling this, it's like you were putting so much time and so much energy on basically just trying to balance yourself out. And you couldn't even act anywhere else because you were too caught up in that equation or situation. What's really shifting here is that you kind of found like a good place, a good spot, the sweet spot, or something that's comfortable for you, that works for you. And that's sort of liberating some of your focus and your energy to put somewhere else. And I feel that this is now why you will embark on a new journey, or at least you're acting. So I don't know, I don't feel like you're going anywhere. That's what I keep getting, because the Knight of Pentacles is stationary. He's and it's the same energy with the, I mean, the King of Pentacles was speaking of unbalance, right? Or a loss of balance, stability. Because both Pentacles, right? The Knight and the King. I'm going to say something. I don't think you have money to go anywhere, literally. I think this is why I feel like your pockets are empty here. And I don't mean to say that you're totally poor. I'm just saying at the moment you don't have enough savings or the extra cash flow or just the extra money to be spending on something like a trip or even moving house, like buying something. And then spending for moving, because that can be quite costly. You know what I mean? So it's about just not having the cash flow. And I don't think you're going anywhere, literally. Even Temperance is an energy of, it's not a big action card. So you're quite... I laugh because I see you in your bath, like taking a nice long hot bath, and it's like super relaxing and you're totally enjoying yourself. And it's like, I think it's much more of a journey of inside your mind. I think this is what it is. It's very dreamy. It's the higher consciousness that we read here on this card at the beginning. It could even be very intellectual somehow. I'm going to draw more, of course. Please show us the real journey here for Libra. Okay, you get 2 cards. The first one is the Six of Pentacles upright. And you get the Seven of Wands in reverse. Again, 2 energies of opening up. You know, on the Six of Pentacles, generosity is measured by your empathy. I mean, if you're not aware of others and their condition or their circumstances, you're not going to lend a hand and you're not going to give out or share. So it requires that you open yourself up and open your eyes and mindful, like your awareness, your consciousness. And the Seven of Wands is the same energy as the Five of Wands that we had earlier. It's about letting your guard down when it comes to maybe interacting with others, when you actually participate and relate, because the Six of Wands is a form of relationship. A very healthy one at that, because obviously it's meant to be like give and take on both sides. It feels like this is what you're thinking about. This is what you're elaborating in your mind. This is what you are aspiring to. It's a really strange reading where this journey is so personal, I think is the right word. I need to draw more, which is rarely the case. I'm actually going to switch decks. I'm going to pull out of this one, and I want to pull a card on the King of Pentacles. The card didn't flip. It kind of wanted to, but it didn't. Yeah, one card fell. Ten of Swords in reverse. That's the shift. The shift is because something is obviously over with and gone, like long gone, because the 10 is in reverse. It's already been washed away, purified. Maybe it's an ending with a particular earth sign. I want to say that this whole time, this whole transition, or this whole, the way you overcame this in the past, either it's a relationship or your own stability or lack of stability, right? It'll resonate differently, so you choose here. It took all of, it basically took all of your energy to, I'm hearing, to iron it out. It was very, you needed to iron it out. So that's the past, and it comes up as the past because the Ten of Swords came out in reverse. So it's what happened prior, the shift that you're experiencing. You are not sensing the newer, how can I express this? You know something has ended. You know something new is starting. You're thinking about it all the time, and you're already imagining what it would be like. And it has to do with the qualities of you acquired through the hardship here, because what you acquired is an opening up of your, well, balancing yourself out. And by being balanced, you eventually let go of a lot of defense mechanisms or protection mechanisms, and you're just more open to give and to receive with the Six of Pentacles. You're welcoming new ideas, you're generating new ideas, you have something to say, you're less shy, you're more curious as well to explore, so you're discovering new things. But it feels very small because it's a page. It also feels small because you're not physically moving anywhere. So it's like the start of a journey, but you don't really fully feel the shift or the new, I guess you don't really understand, or let me choose a different word. You're kind of like not really on, I don't know which word to use here. I want to say that you're not picking up the energy around you, and not to say that you're not perceptive, only to say that you're not really sure what the new cycle is. So that's what you're not able to feel out, because it's so new and it hasn't really shaped up yet, that you're not really able to define it, describe it, say, oh yeah, okay, this is, I feel this, I feel that, this is what it looks like, this is where it's going to take me. None of that is actually, like, you're not able to process that, or at least not in that way. So at the moment, you're on the feeling level, you feel like, and I think you're mostly thinking. So somehow you're a little bit in your head. You're an air sign, so right now you're kind of weighing things up a little bit. You're interested in what comes in, what goes out. You're focused on things that are close to you, in front of you. Maybe that's what it is. It's something that's, with the Knight of Pentacles here, you don't see the end game. You don't see the end goal. You feel like things are very narrow, or not just narrow, but your perspective is short at the moment. And don't bash me for that. I mean, it's okay. It's part of the shift. It's just brand new. You're not experiencing expansion just yet. That's why it feels short. And I think one of the reasons as well is the lack of money. Because it is felt here. There's also a lack of opportunity coming your way. So maybe that's why you're focused on, how can I make a good barter? How can I make a good exchange? How can I get the money flow going? What can I give out and get in return? Because this is what you're going to be giving out be equally compensated in return. So maybe you're thinking about that in particular. So you're not fully in action. You're like taking very small steps into what you're discovering or inquiring about or newly expressing. I'm going to go to the angel number. It doesn't, okay. This is not a negative read. It's not one of the most positive reads, but I think you have to see it as a particular, how can I say this? Like a necessary, in French we say passage obligé. It means, if I translate literally, it means a forced passage, like you're sort of obliged to or forced to go through a particular, let's say, road or passage, or you know, you can't go anywhere. You need to go on that route. It's kind of narrow, it's kind of tight. It's a place where you cannot, you can't get around it. But it's forcing you to acquire something, or it's forcing you to do something in a particular way. That right now, again, it's the fact that it feels limiting or narrow or short perspective. So you're kind of very okay. What's positive about it, let me go to really the positive, is that it doesn't matter to you. And by that I mean, because you've worked out the balance, so you're comfortable within yourself, you're at peace. You know that you're allowing, and you know that you're not resisting anymore. You've let your guards down, and you know your mechanisms of, you know, how you react or don't react. So that's like a super positive, and you're conscious of that piece. You're conscious of, you're also conscious of your new ideas, and I think you're nurturing them, or at least you're sort of, you're not shy to explore them, and you're discovering new things. So your curiosity is really heightened. And one of the things you're curious about, and you're pondering, and you're probably trying to figure out, quote unquote, is the things that you put out there as whatever you express, how is it reciprocated? Sorry. To its just value, right? To its equal value. And this is where you're in a state of a higher mind, because you're thinking in terms of the I want to say the most beautiful emotions, right? The ones of, I'm at peace, I want equal give and take, I'm not resisting, I want to create, with the Page of Wands. So you're in high vibes, your frequency has been raised, but your material circumstances are, you know, your resources are low, and so you feel like you can't go anywhere, that you're not physically achieving, or you don't see the results. At least there's no real opportunity like in the moment, but you're not thrown off by that. What you're thrown off by is the lack of money. That is annoying you, I have to say. I hope the angel number will show you the rest of the journey when you can actually start moving. Because my intuition's saying that that's December, right? The fact that you're physically not going anywhere, or that you feel that you're not gaining advancement or expansion, that you're expanding. I'm hoping for a pop out. Libra, they won't pop out for you. So let's draw. $11. This reads, you are on the right path. The angels protect and see you. You are close to an epiphany. What you are doing is meaningful. Your manifestations are about to come true. You are aligned. So I was just telling you that you had raised your vibration, that you were balanced. 1111 is obviously like perfectly balanced. You know, you're close to an epiphany, so that's going to be next year. This month, you know, I'm not going to repeat what I've already said, but you're understanding that what you're doing is meaningful, and this is what we feel here on the Page of Wands and on the Six of Pentacles. You know that there's something that you have to offer that can get an equal, that can attract something of equal value in return, whether it's a person, more money because you're lacking in money this month, any kind of opportunity that right now is not panning, like it's not showing itself for the month of December. That is, you're okay. I'm telling you, you're not stressed out about it. You're just, and even if you have a shorter perspective, it's okay, because actually what it's doing, it's keeping you focused and very on the, you know, at work, on the task, you know. So that's the reading. I'm glad it came out more positive in the end. It wasn't an easy start at all. So if you did resonate, please like the video, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon. Thank you.